My heart is full and I feel the light. Woke up this morning, sun shining bright. Every breath I breathe, each step I make is a gift from above, no mistake. TYG, every day I see your love and grace surrounding me. In every moment, near or far, thank you God for who you are. When the road gets tough and I'm feeling low, I look to the heavens and I know you're the strength, my guiding star, leading me onward no matter how far. Blessings overflow, my cup runs wide with mercy and love. You do provide in joy and in pain. Your presence remains through sunshine, storms, and gentle rains. TYG, every day I see your love and grace surrounding me. In every moment, near or far, thank you God for who you are. In laughter and love, in family ties, I see your reflection, loving and wise, for the gift of life and the sky so.
Welcome to In Love where we want you to be in love with you. And I am your host, Lady to Love. I'm going to be here with you to take you through some areas of interesting things that we can do to build our relationships with other people. I am an author and motivational speaker. I am an educator. Those things I bring to you and a part of myself too, so that you get to explore who I am and invest in loving yourself. Just like we all learn, that's what we're doing here. My guest is Miss Portia Badari, the founder of Penelope Praises, the 501(c)(3) Youth and Young Adult Outreach Program. And apart from mentoring young adults, she is a mother of 4, a wife, and she is also an author, motivational speaker, an inspirational artist, and is currently working on her first level in ministry. So I want you to welcome her as I welcome her. Welcome, Portia. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast.
I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, yes. I want to let you know that this podcast is to bring awareness of where we build, where we bind, and where we create self-love so that, again, we have better relationships with the other people that are around us, the people that we come in contact with. And my reason for doing the show is just that, because I saw so many people dealing with situations, traumas, and not being able to relate well with others. Others meaning your mate, your family, your children, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. All of this is a working relationship. And even in your working environments, these are all relationships we have every day. So this is what I'm trying to do, to bring out another way of finding yourself and being better. And I have that statement that I'm going to keep saying, better. There's never a level to the end of better. So you can always get better. And that's my statement. And I want to again welcome you, Portia. And this episode, what we're going to be talking about, and jump in when you feel ready. We're going to be talking about breaking those negative habits of self-talk, how we talk to ourselves and how we say things that, wow, we sometimes need to shake our head at. But we do this every day, and it becomes like a self-conscious thing that we're just not aware of. And growing healthy self-esteem. Those are the areas that we want to explore today. Last episode, we did building awareness. I mean, being conscious of what you do to make yourself better. In this episode, we're going to tie that in with the examining self-talk and building self-esteem and confidence in that. Now, we want to start this show out with the opening of investigating where we need to love ourselves. You know, what is self-love? What would you say self-love is? Is self-love being arrogant? Is it overconfident? Is it a part of narcissism? What is self-love to you? I think self-love is a way of examining yourself on a level where you're confident, but also taking time to break apart every area of your life that affects your love, that affects how you love you. Mm-hmm. So in any case, self-love is just that daily practice. It's that daily practice where you accept who you are and how you are. And you got to have the boundaries. We spoke of those last week that go with it, because boundaries are very important. They protect you. So tell me what you think self-love is, Portia.
Okay, I'm glad you asked. For me, self-love is embracing every part of you. That's the good, the bad, and the in-between.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Self-love is valuing, accepting oneself, recognizing one's worth, and prioritizing your well-being.
Mm-hmm.
Self-love is showing yourself compassion and the courage to be authentically you. That's what self-love is to me.
That's a beautiful thing right there. When you can open that gate to finding who you are more and more, it shouldn't be a fearful thing. It'd be something that you want to always get better. I'm going to keep saying that. That's my cliche statement of better never has a limit. Better never has a limit. And so on being in that area of being safe to say you love yourself, so you know you have to make safe spaces.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Safe spaces. When you think of safe spaces, what comes to mind?
For safe spaces to me is not just a place, it's an actual feeling.
Great point there, because it is a feeling.
Yes. Safe space is also being self-aware.
Okay. Definitely, because you will have to register, how do I feel? What is making me feel like that? And why am I feeling like that?
And not only that too, when we also say safe space, so what I'll say is not only a feeling, but it can also be your environment.
Definitely the environment.
You know,
the physicalness of things that are either causing you to have a positive reaction or a negative reaction, or the physicality of how it feels, how it smells. Because you can let's think of someone cooking your favorite meal and you smell that aroma. So it's using your senses to bring that in.
Yeah. Also, too, when we were talking about self-love, part of self-love is self-discovery. You'll find out what you like and what you don't like.
Oh, wow. That is so beautiful.
What you can tolerate and what you can't tolerate.
Where is the limit, right?
There you go.
Yes. So in doing that, we want to keep going back to better never has a limit. Better never has a limit. I've worked in several environments educationally, and I've always worked on the side of supervisory level. So there is always an evaluative process that you take into account. And these things are what we should take in account, even working with people, even having those same people in our environment. Last week, I spoke with something about having those 5 top people, and you evaluate those 5 top people that you're with maybe 90, 80% of the time in any environment. It could be work, it could be home, it could be family. You know, those environments dictate you to change, adjust, flow, all the above. Truly, truly.
That's part of creating a safe space for yourself.
It is.
Being
Because
honest.
you're building that. If we could look at a house, think of a house. You're building that house. And it doesn't start with the roof. It starts with the foundation.
Absolutely.
And if you start with the foundation, that means you have to know what you're putting on that foundation to make it strong. And if I'm looking at myself, I got to look at my attitude.
Right.
How am I receiving this? What makes me think I'm safe? What makes me feel like I'm safe? What gives me that peace? And that peace inside and out, not just an environment, inside and out, internally, externally.
Yes.
And then you have to also include the people that you come in touch with. I have to keep saying that. How do they make you feel?
That's important.
Very, very. Because again, we're dealing with self-talk and finding ourselves to be safe. It's got to be the initial part. I know as a woman, when we're looking for a mate, we want to feel safe.
Yes.
That's important to us.
It is.
Having security,
right.
Having the level that we can fall back and feel comfortable with, not have to watch our back, checking out things and worrying about whether this is true or this is not true. And so honesty, like you said, is a vital part of that.
Yes, it is so important to be honest with ourselves.
It's necessary. Again, I'll keep saying we got to explore who we are so that when we find ourselves in a place that may not feel safe, how do we determine, is this good for me or is it not good for me?
Absolutely.
Does it make me think positively about myself?
Absolutely.
And a lot of times it will not give everything that you want it to give. Because there's some crazy statistics going around, but they are true. I looked at a survey, and this is a statistic. They said according to the 2021 US Gov survey, 67, I'm going to say that again, 67% of Americans say that they are their own harshest critic.
Because it's true, we are. And I am guilty of it. I am so hard on myself. And I think that sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves to where it overshadows the positive in us.
Yes.
It even brings on intrusive thinking, that negative self-talk.
Right. There you go. Because if you're thinking 67% of the time, that's over half of the thoughts that come in your head. Over half of the thoughts that come in your head are not good for you.
Right.
But you're thinking those thoughts.
Right.
It's you. It's the internal to how you see yourself.
Right. And I'll tell you something else too. When we talk negative about ourselves, we're creating doubt And we're creating fear.
There you go.
And I really truly believe, and I'm speaking for myself because I do it all the time, and I'm working on it though. This year I'm loving who I am becoming. Like I said earlier, the good and the bad, the in between. Kind of like, I'm gonna say this, it's because it's funny to me. I used to struggle with my image, after you've had so many kids, and you've gone from being a little itty bitty swinging waist to, you kind of gain some weight and stuff, because you're getting older. But part of loving yourself, self-love, is embracing the good, the bad, and the in between. I consider myself right now in my in between. But when we talk negative about ourselves, we're creating fear, and then that doubt, and it's overshadowing the good in us, and then you don't give yourself enough time to really grow and to trust the process and enjoy the journey.
Truly.
And that's what I'm learning to do. Just enjoy the journey.
And that takes, once you've gotten to that level of recognizing, I'm fearful, I'm uncomfortable, I don't feel safe in this area, that takes you to take that to another level of where you end up challenging yourself.
So it can be good and bad. How can we say that?
Well, it will feel good and bad. What we have to realize is we don't get to a level of perfect.
There you go. Because part of self-love actually is experiencing that.
That's right. Because you have to learn.
And not only do you have to learn, you're picking apart yourself. That's where that challenging is coming in at. It's wanting to grow and get better. True. So either you're going to grow and get better, or you're going to retreat. And there you go, and shrink and stay comfortable where you at. But you'll never get anywhere doing that.
No, you won't. You won't. It's something I brought up in last episode about change. And change is a consistent thing where no minute, no second is the same as it was yesterday. And if you sit here long enough, it won't be the same. So change, consistent.
It's inevitable.
Yes. And we have to know that getting better is a process too. Finding yourself where you can eliminate that in your head talking, that overthinking, and build that confidence enough to challenge yourself, to take it to another level. As you always have to do, you have to get out your comfort zone.
Get out of our way. Get out your own way.
A lot of times we are in our own way. But if you think of this statistic and say 67% of the time, I'm telling myself something that is not good for me. We have to be understanding, like, where does this come from?
I believe that a lot of self-love, so it's created and it's shaped, and it can go back as early as childhood.
Definitely.
But then we can also say, though, too, it's the experiences. Because, you know what I'm saying? Some people have good childhoods, you know what I'm saying?
That's
but later on down the road, they may experience traumatic
behaviors or have traumatic incidents.
There you go.
As they say, a lot of times they call it life-changing events.
There you go.
Because they're really significant enough to make us shift.
Because a lot of them, one thing we can both agree with is children.
Definitely.
The older you get, especially in junior high and high school,
right? Oh
my God, you got an image to maintain,
right?
And then you're trying to fit in, and so there goes that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
There goes that,
and hang with the crowd.
There you go, and you're trying to keep up with the latest trend and stuff. So there you go. Peer pressure.
Oh, definitely peer pressure.
Peer pressure
is an influence by itself.
Yes.
And there goes your self-esteem is in there.
There you go.
Feeling safe. All of that is tied in there. And sometimes it doesn't go up like we want it to. Sometimes it goes down because we begin to take those things that we evaluate ourselves with and judge ourselves and start comparing and comparison. And then we feel like we are not where we want to be. We feel like we're at a lower level. And that's where our esteem ends up.
There you go.
So it's just an area of learning and gravitating to a level where you can accept who you are.
Yeah.
Once
absolutely.
you accept who you are at a level of awareness.
There you go.
And you're acknowledging, okay, I'm not the best at this, but then you gravitate to something that you may be feeling the best in. Give you more confidence.
And going back to what you said, like, okay, I'm not the best in this. There's opportunity for growth.
That's true.
Because you may not be the best in it.
There you go.
But at least you got a chance to say, you know what? I may not be the best, but at least I tried.
There you go.
And I got the chance to experience it.
And what you're saying right at that point is a point of negative self-talk. I might not be the best. So you have to ask yourself, what does self-love, what does that look like? Well, then you go back and say, not just what it looks like. What does it feel like? We grab each other, ourselves in a hug like this, and you feel warm and cozy. So what does self-love feel like? Is this self-love?
It could be a little bit of both. You're gonna get that my sunshine has come.
Yes.
And I'm all cried out.
And music is another way to soothe your soul.
In this house. It's some days it feels like warm sunshine, like where everything is okay and the sun is just beaming on you and it's a beautiful, glorious day. Other days it's just not so good.
Yes.
And it seems like the world is coming down on you and it's just raining on you.
That's one of those moments where you say, but God.
But God, there you go. Because part of self, like we said, part of self-love is embracing the good and the bad in you.
Yes.
It's not going to always be good,
Can't.
But it's not going to be bad either.
That's
it's
true.
where it's self-discovery. You're discovering these things.
It's the design
yes.
that was designed. And what I mean by that is, if everything was perfect, what would we need to call on God for?
Yeah.
If everything was perfect, why would we need to improve?
Right.
So we're perfect in our imperfections.
I like that. Right.
And by being perfect in our imperfections, we know that we can continue to challenge ourselves, to find new people to relate to,
yes.
to build new groups, to explore the things you like, the things you don't like, and feel comfort in those things. Sometimes there's a level of fear. Of course, fear is not going to go away, but you are the controller of that.
Right.
You are the controller of that.
And one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible is, God did not give us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of love, joy, and peace, of a sound heart. I mean, yes. a sound mind.
Yes.
And so we don't have to live in fear. Self-love is also stepping out and trying in spite of if you fail.
There you go.
In spite of if you mess up.
That's right. Don't let it be something that keeps you from achieving. There you go. Don't let it be something that keeps you from achieving.
And trying. And exploring.
And growing.
Yes.
All of that is that circle of finding, you may be safe in this one spot, and that's usually the case. We're safe in one spot, but in order to achieve better and receive better, it takes a process of moving from that one spot to the next spot.
Making those baby steps.
That's it. It is always a baby step and not a giant leap.
There you go.
And if we do it in those increments, there's a level of comfort in there.
Yes, ma'am. Now you're talking now.
There's a level of comfort in there where you are not jumping into something and you feel like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do?
Because I'll tell you something now. The other day I went and I tried on some clothes. And I said, you know what, Portia? we just gonna love on ourselves. You just all fluffy and lovable right now.
There you go.
You know?
Love yourself.
Yes.
Love
Y'all,
yourself.
that's part of what it is. It's embracing you and all of your uniqueness. You
Definitely.
know, that's
Definitely
how
your
God created
uniqueness.
us. God said we are beautifully and wonderfully made. We are created in His image. So you have to take a hold of that and just enjoy it. Enjoy who you are.
Every chance you get.
There is beauty in your uniqueness. Miss Gwen, there's beauty in your uniqueness.
Thank you. Thank you. And there's definitely beauty in your uniqueness. And the things that we come across that make us better, we have to keep focusing on that, because that's what builds our confidence. That's what builds our self-esteem. I know you, being a youth and young adult program outreach founder, you have come across children that have been through those levels.
Oh yes, broken. Sometimes they're broken, especially when you've come from traumatic experiences.
A lot of times that is the influence.
Yes, it takes somebody to really come to you and say, hey, you know what? I've been there where you are, but guess what? You are going to be okay because you are beautiful. You are a handsome young man. You're a beautiful young girl. You are smart. You're intelligent. You're intelligent. And guess what? You have something that no one else has. The world needs you.
That's it. Because a lot of times they're feeling like, do I fit? Do I have a purpose? Why am I here? And statistic wise, we will look at that stat I just read, about 67%. And I know that was across the board, but I bet that stat is even higher for the young youth and adults.
It is. You don't know how many kids commit suicide.
That's the case.
Because we're
going to fight against that. We're going to say,
rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Yes. And that's one of the reasons why I do what I do for Penelope Praises, is to pull these kids in and pull them up, so that let them know that they are somebody, that they are loved and they are wanted, and that they are going to go off and do great things in society, because these is our future leaders.
There you go.
These are the people that are going to be over us in the next 10 and 20 years. So we have to take a hold of them and guide them and encourage them to go on and do great things. If not, we're all doomed.
That's true. That's so true. We are very much doomed. If we look back and take the time to go back and like do what you're doing, for example, to help the youth and young adults to build a foundation. When I talked about that house, a lot of times they don't even know how to start the foundation, because I'm not feeling good about myself. Because over here, there's an area where I don't fit in at school. Over here is an area where I don't fit in this environment. Over here is an area where I can't even try. So all of these things become negative self-talk that makes them not even attempt to explore, I have a purpose, and even know that they have a purpose.
And I'll tell you this too. I've seen young people, and even older, but I've seen more in younger people where they get comfortable with telling themselves the negative. That is because it's a safe space for them. Where they don't even realize they're doing it. Sometimes, like I saw where it says, I always fail, or you know what, I can't do this.
There you go. The incantations is what I call.
I can't do that. It's not gonna work. This always happen, and it's like, what if we try this time and it works? What if?
But see, that's that like I say, the baby step, the next step we take forward. The next step forward. You never know what's going to open up, what's going to be there for you if you don't try. And you can't give up on it. You have to trust that you have been given that spirit, that courage to move it forward.
And when we accept ourselves for who we are and the things that we can do, we'll find that it's okay to make mistakes.
Definitely.
It's okay that we're not perfect. We're not, and God never intended us to be. And that's okay. And I'm learning that I'm okay with it.
Truly,
I'm really okay with it.
It's great to know that we don't do too much overstating the negative.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're talking and thinking about what we do all day, and then 60 some percent or higher is a negative statement, we got to really find where we can kind of cancel some of that mental talk.
Because with intrusive thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
intrusive thoughts will have you speaking things into existence that are not of God.
Mm-hmm.
It'll call, and believe it or not, the words we speak
Oh,
over
wow.
ourselves
Wow.
are very powerful.
Wow.
I remember I got a compliment on an outfit I had on, and I was like, you know what? Oh, this old thing, or yeah, but I need to do this,
Nobody knows all that.
Yeah, my daughter was like, "Mom, stop that. Why?
There you go.
You're beautiful." And you know what? So I made a conscious decision. Instead of saying all that,
Mm-hmm.
it's do something about it. And not only that, just say thank you.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
It's okay.
Say thank you.
You know,
nobody knows that you didn't quite have everything that you wanted to have on that day.
Right.
Nobody knows that you didn't have the purse to match the shoes to match the bag.
Right. Or
it looks well coordinated to the eye that received it.
Right.
So accept the compliment.
Or yes, or even even with us ladies, a lot of times.
Truly.
Oh, I've gained weight, or I've lost too much weight, or my hair. Fooey. You are beautiful,
and accept that fact.
Yes,
accept that fact, because it's a major point that we need to tell all our little girls, women, men, young boys, all of them. You all have beauty within you. It's your chance and your opportunity to open yourself up and explore what it is. God has a purpose for you.
And you, believe it or not, too, you would not believe how many of our young males are walking around with low self-esteem.
Truly.
They need to hear more that they're loved and that they're handsome.
Definitely.
It boosts their self-esteem. Mm-hmm. It makes them feel seen. And, it's important for us to teach our young ladies not to be so materialistic and shallow.
Definitely.
Because we're raising, I just see so many of them. It's like, what happened to being thankful and being flattered by chivalry?
Wow. That's another thing.
Chivalry is self-love too, okay?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes, it is. And that area alone is like, where does that come from? Where does it still exist? Chivalry and understanding what that means is a different level of showing yourself true to not only you, but to your mannerisms, your behavior, your integrity. All of that is important in there. And so it builds who you are. It lets people know you're someone. And then if you use it a little more, you add that charisma and you become a distinct person.
Oh my God.
For what you do.
Have you seen the movies? I'm going to give you a movie. It just, oh my God, what is the name of that movie? It's Brooklyn something. With the black girl and the Italian young man.
I haven't.
Oh my gosh, it was right on the tip of my tongue. But there's a part in the movie where he's walking down the street with her, and he's taking, because they wanted to go out to eat, but you got to think back in the 50s and 60s and stuff like that.
That was a big no.
Yeah. So, but they were walking down the street, and they had a scene where they come across a puddle. He takes his jacket off and he lays it across that water so she can walk across that puddle without getting her shoes messed up. But at the end of the night, just to see the smile on her face when he walks her home, and then him going home, he smiled all the way going back to his car town, because it boosts your self-esteem to know that you can make somebody feel good.
It does. It does, so much so. And we have to understand that those were times where things were not, I guess you could say those things were not accepted.
Forbidden.
Yes, forbidden. Sean. Now, what you would call maybe taboo.
Yeah.
But those things now are not hard to come by.
Right.
So if we have those same principles, you're making yourself stand out. You're making yourself be someone that someone want to take recognition to. I want to know who that is that does that.
And his parents raised him right. Her parents raised
open,
her right.
Opening a door, holding the door for a lady to come through, holding the door for a young lady to come through.
Right.
In any level, those things build you with more character.
Right.
And positive character at that.
I think so too. I think that to be true. Self-love is really, it's just one big old ball of what am I trying to say? Self-love is understanding who you are in its totality.
Wow. That's a beautiful statement. It's a beautiful concept to think about and to focus on. Because if it's in totality, we will definitely need to encompass it and keep wearing it, keep using it, keep applying it. Because it's going to make you feel better. And there's my statement again. There's no limit to better. We always want to go there.
And is it fair to say the more that we grow, we get older? So the older that we get, the more we understand more about self-love because we're experiencing it for ourselves through life. You know,
I would say that there is always a possibility in that. And the reason I say that, because you will find that age not necessarily dictates that, but age will be something that will make you a little more seasoned, a little more understanding, a little more grounded in what it took to get to where you are. And having that understanding, sometimes it's not just age things. I've met some young folk that may know this is what I want to do, and they go right for it and keep that arrow going to what they want to achieve. So, that determination is in there. So age could be a great factor to make you be well-rounded, well-seasoned, and not carry that low self-esteem for yourself. It could be something that makes you even better than you ever think you could be. But it's grounded with a good foundation. And sometimes, and I have to go there, because sometimes a good foundation is not what we receive. So that's where some of this is rooted from when it comes to that negative self-talk. Can you see where maybe something in your background, in your childhood, in some trauma you may have experienced, has got those thoughts coming in your head that are 70, 80% negative?
Yes, absolutely.
So it's like almost a pre-programmed thing. Some may say even generational, because mama did it, grandma did it, great-grandma did it, vice versa. Granddad did it, dad did it, great-great-granddad did it. So it becomes a thing that may be inground into us through the genetics of just being in the family we're in. But that does not dictate what you can achieve.
Right.
And that's the beautiful thing about it. Finding, and this is what I say also, finding the right environment.
Right.
That safe space.
Right.
The space where you can take the time to say, I'm happy I'm with you. I'm happy I'm around you. You make me think better. You expose me to some things I never thought about doing.
Absolutely.
And you'll find in that circle that you're creating good people to hang around, good people to be with, good people that can encourage you to explore. So it's important, again, to not only look at the inside of you, because you have to do that, but look at that outside, that environment.
Right. Most definitely.
It's very important. And I was looking at my list here, and it has another statistic. It says on the average, an average person thinks over 6,000 distinct thoughts per day.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that, 6,000.
And can you imagine if most of those is just, ooh.
Yes, if I just said 60 to 70%, 70, 80% higher negative thoughts.
Oh,
wow.
Yes.
I need to do this. I didn't do that.
I'm not good enough.
Nothing I can do is right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed this. Oh, I'm not good enough to take this test.
I'm stupid. I'm dumb.
Oh, all the things that we say.
I'm ugly.
I'm fat.
I'm fat, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too skinny.
All of that.
I'm dark. I'm too dark.
Oh, don't mention complexion. That's another category.
Yeah, I'm too light.
Yes. We fit ourselves into these things by judgment. And it's not normally our self-judgment. It is what we have perceived to be someone else comparing and comparison
someone
of
else's
us.
take.
Yeah. And they want us to accept that. Or as I said, it may have come down through family dysfunctions,
Mm-hmm.
family trauma, traumas in families, traumas growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So exploring the deepness of where you have found yourself to be critical and criticizing the things that you do, being your harshest critic.
We are our own worst critic.
Yes, because sometimes that thought process gets in our way of achieving whatever we want to achieve. So therefore, we can't find the time to be confident because we're too busy waddling the sorrows away, waddling the I'm not good enough, and then that gets them stewing like it's real. So the confidence level deteriorates where it should be elevated. So again, it is so important to have those proper environments where you feel safe, where somebody is going to encourage you to do all that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So in those areas, make sure you're engaging with people. You have to explore those things.
Right, absolutely.
It becomes a thing where you find yourself, if you constantly do that, you find yourself in a level of depression.
Most definitely.
And that is another thing that will tell you can't do it.
Depression.
It will convince you can't do it. Isn't that amazing how we can tell ourselves that? So that means your mind is very powerful.
Mm-hmm. The mind is powerful.
You can not go in spaces where you don't feel comfortable. You want to be able to project who you are. And sometimes if you have it well ingrained, you don't even have to say who you are. Your presence will dictate.
Self-love is also how you will allow someone else to treat you. It's what you will and you won't allow. Self-love is having integrity.
Yes.
And about, your character. Building good character.
Mm-hmm. Wow. It is so important because we have to dilute that inner dialogue with ourselves, that inner dialogue up here that tells us we can't do what we can do. And that's why I call it incantations, because you say, I can't. Those are incantations. So you remember what you speak out your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a powerful mouth. And words are powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to dictate to you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And be confident in that. And know what you can do in that area. I mean, we all can't do everything because there's no perfect person.
No,
No.
not one.
You're halfway through today's episode of In Love Too. Thank you so much for listening and growing with us. We've got more gems to drop on the other side of this short break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this message.
It's time to rock, Queen. Release the old, Overcome the obstacles, awaken the rebel within. Rise it to your next level of greatness. Join us for the most life-changing event of the year. December 12 and 13, 2025, Oak Cliff Presbyterian Church, Dallas, Texas. Streaming virtually February 2026. Warrior women, hear us roar. Awaken the rebel, it's time to transform your life. 11 electrifying live speakers. 16 dynamic virtual speakers. One unforgettable experience. From praise dancers to powerhouse panels, divine encounters to transformational workshops. This isn't just a conference, it's your breath in fire and faith. VIP treatment, skip the lines. Front row seating, a specially prepared menu served right to your table. VIP bracelet and exclusive swag. Warrior women, hear us roar. Awaken the rebel. It's time to transform your life. Everyone gets a seat, but only a few get to sit in the overflow of favor. Tickets are limited, and early bird pricing ends August 31st. Don't wait. Your healing, your tribe, your next level is waiting for you. And if you're not sure yet, catch a glimpse of the glory during the Warrior Women podcast tour, happening now across every platform. Come meet these phenomenal women before they hit the stage. Follow, share, register, transform. Visit http://Loop Warrior Women Conference. Tip up and grab your seat before they're gone. Warrior women, hear us roar. Awaken the rebel. It's time to transform your life. This is the movement. This is the moment. This is your time. Awaken and more. Come transform your life at the most waited for event of the year. This is the movement, this is the moment, this is your time, all the city's thirst. Warrior women, hear us roar. Awaken the rebel, it's time to transform your life at the most waited for event of the year. Awaken the war, come transform our life at the most waited for event of the year. Get ready, queens, the mic is live, the movement is real, and the message is global. It's the Warrior Women podcast tour where voices rise, stories break chains, and your soul meets its next level. We're not just talking, we're traveling from the north, south, east, and west, straight into your homes, your hearts, and your healing space. We're not just promoting a conference, we're preparing a movement of women who are ready to war, release, overcome, awaken, and rise to the occasion. Here's your exclusive lineup. Insights of a survivor, where scars speak and survival shouts. Real women, real stories, real strength. Did you hear yourself with Coach B? Challenge your mindset, shift your perspective, and snatch your purpose back. Independent women with wine, pour the truth, sip the wisdom, and laugh through the lessons. Grown woman talk, unfiltered and unapologetic. Speak up, queen, no more silence, no more shrinking. Find your voice, tell our truth, and shake the room. In love too, living unapologetically, victoriously and evolved. This is where divine healing meets the soul of sisterhood. Where JHD3 Studios, where the word meets the world. Insights, fire, and kingdom talk that hits deep in your soul. Ask the coach with Coach D, 'cause you got questions, she's got answers. Real life, real strategies, real results. Too long, too long, judgment-free network. This is where freedom lives. Stories, testimonies, truth minus the judgment. Come as you are, but don't stay that way. This core is traveling across platforms and time zones. Catch every show, share every moment, tell every sister around the way, because this all leads to the Warrior Women Live Conference, December 12 and 13, 2025, in Dallas, Texas, virtual in February of 2026. Lives will be changed, healing will break loose, stories will set generations free, and your voice is a part of this radical movement. Follow the tour, turn on your notifications, and don't miss a single stop. Because this isn't just a podcast tour, it's a call to purpose. A war heard around the globe. Are you ready to awaken the rebel within? We're not coming to play, we're coming to transform and then warrior women on the hardcore. Don't meet us there, beat us there. Music. Don't meet us there, beat us there. Don't miss it.
Welcome to L.U.V.E. Professionals, where we turn stories into soul shifts. We're not just a publishing company, we're your transformation tribe. We don't just sell books, we spark breakthroughs, one page at a time. Every title in our collection is packed with passion, purpose, and power. Our stories don't just sit on shelves, they stir hearts, shift minds, and change lives. Need healing? We'll dive into reflections of me, words of honey, or love lifts me. Raw poetry that walks you from pain to power and love that never dies. Need direction? We'll go grab Awaken the Rebel Within. Never caught up and down in the dumps. Get pumped up. These are your bold blueprints for confidence, clarity, and personal growth. Need comfort or divine inspiration? Let life, love, and food, only as I was, or speaking the gospel truth, wrap you in love, laughter, and faith. These aren't just books, they're soul food, self-care, and second chances in paperback form. Your next breakthrough is one page away. So go scan the QR code today or visit us at www.linktree.L.U.V.E. and grab your copy today. Because your story matters, your voice deserves to be heard, and the world is waiting for the version of you that no longer hides behind fear. So come grow with us, heal with us, roar with us at L.U.V.E. Professionals, where stories become strength and readers become rebels, warriors, and world changers. Go grab your copy today.
So, with all that we know, being negative can stop you from doing it. But being positive can carry you through. It gives you that level of confidence. Say, I'm going to try it.
Yep.
I'm going to try it. I'm not going to let fear stop me.
Right.
I started this podcast. I don't have a fear of talking in front of people, but it took me some time to get it together.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it together and I'm out here and I'm doing it. And the reason I'm doing it again is to let you know that you can, to let you know you can heal, to let you know that you can always get better. You can always get better at whatever you want to do.
I agree.
Never a limit. And I keep saying that. There's never a limit. So when you think you've done all you can do, do a little bit more.
And once you
do a little bit more.
Excuse me,
Mhm.
for interrupting. But once you find yourself stepping out there, there's a saying that says, do it broke, do it scared.
There you go.
Yeah.
But do it.
As long as you do it.
There you go.
And once you do it, you'll find that it isn't so bad. And 9 times out of 10, if it's something that you're not supposed to do, you'll be like, you know what? Okay, well, I tried. I know that's not what I want to do. But if it's something that you're supposed to be doing, you'll find joy in it, even in the midst of the imperfections and the highs, in betweens of it. If it's something that you're supposed to be doing, you're gonna enjoy it, and you'll say, you know what? It's okay. I made a mistake and stuff. I'm gonna try again. I'll get better.
That's true. That's true. And there's so many ways we can learn how to just be who we want to be. To get with mentoring programs just like yours. Those are different things that we can expose ourselves to. You, as a youth and young adult mentor, doesn't mean that you can't take on another adult and you season that adult to come along with you and help mentor some more
There
youth
you
and
go.
young adults.
That's what it's about.
It is. Each one kind of teach one thing.
There you go.
So it works in hand to always be out there exposing yourself, learning new stuff, and never be afraid to try. At least try. Because then you can say, well, I tried that. You know, it's like, don't like vegetables. Like you don't want to eat the broccoli, right? When you don't want to eat the broccoli, you tell yourself, it doesn't taste right. But then have you tried the broccoli?
There you go.
Have you tried the broccoli? If you haven't tried the broccoli, how do you know how it tastes?
That's right.
So you got to be willing to try different things. And it takes a little courage on that part too.
Yeah, don't be afraid to venture out and explore.
Yes. But do it safely now.
Yes.
Explore and do it safely.
Yes.
Be around the right people that's going to guide you.
Right.
That's going to mentor you. That's going to see that you're trying to reach a level of achievement that's going to make you be a positive contribution to the community. A positive influence in the community. It's vital that we achieve what we want to achieve. And in life, you can do that. That's what's great about it. That's what's great about never finding better to be the end. Right. Better is always the beginning. And there's never an end to better. Now, I want you to understand that we have definitely had a great conversation. But we're going to make sure that you understand there's not points where you stop, but points where you keep going. We know that we were talking about the negative side of it, where there may be depression, anxiety, parental influences, environmental influences, peer pressure. You mentioned all those things that will cause you to think less of yourself. But when we want to work on our self-esteem, trying, stepping forward, having the right people that we connect with, even knowing who to call when we don't feel like we know what to do. So there's an area in there where you're going to say, maybe I need to talk to a friend I can confide in. Maybe I need to talk to a therapist. Maybe I need to talk to a counselor. Or even Mr. Joe up the street that you see is doing so well at being the gentleman he needs to be. These are all seasoned people that can lend a hand in you creating that confident self, that high level of self-esteem. You know, even in what I just said with the positive people, you're still going to come across times where you're not going to feel your best. That's a normal thing. You know, who is 100% of the time? Who is that? I don't know the perfect person.
And I'll tell you, one good way to build your self-esteem is to take little sticky notes and write something positive. Stick it on your book bag. Stick it inside your journal.
Oh, wow.
Stick it on your mirror in the morning when you wake up. Stick it beside your bed. Just long as you take it and you stick it somewhere where you can see it. But the most important thing, stick it in your memory. Write positive things about yourself. I am loved. I am blessed. I can do anything I set my mind to.
Right.
I deserve the best. I'm going to make it. I will succeed. I'm going to make good grades.
You're doing exactly what I was going to take you, because I had a little game that you can play with yourself. The game is called flip the script.
Yes.
So if you're thinking the opposites of those things you were just saying,
Negatively, flip
so
it.
if I say I failed, flip the script. I learned,
Mm-hmm.
I gained,
Mm-hmm.
I explored,
Mm-hmm.
I tried.
Mm-hmm.
Flip the script is
I
a
like
game
that.
you can play with yourself
I like that.
so that you no longer come to the point of saying negative talk.
Yes.
That statistic is kind of mind blowing when you think 70 to 80% of the time you're telling yourself something that's not good.
Not good at all.
So think about it. Flip the script. Flip the script.
We're going to flip the script.
There you go. So turn that frame around, turn that word around. And if you even need to find words, I'm sure you know Google. Google will tell you how to say it in a positive manner.
Mm-hmm.
Use technology to your positive
Mm-hmm.
side.
Mm-hmm. To your advantage.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Be always with an attitude that it's got I can in it,
Mm-hmm.
not I cannot. Because you don't want to give that to yourself. You don't want to have that precede you in who you are. You want to have, oh, that's a go-getter right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a go-getter right there. And they can achieve and they will achieve.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then your character will precede you. Your character will be who you represent when you walk in that place.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we will find that if we have not built that foundation, we'll need to start there first. Again, you can't build that house with the roof without that good foundation.
There you go. Absolutely, I agree.
It's like having the right soil, the right seeds. You want to have a fruitful harvest. If you want to have a fruitful harvest, then you have to achieve. You have to achieve on a level that maybe, just like we said, the baby steps at the beginning, very small steps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to flip the script constantly
Mm-hmm.
instead of saying I'm a mess.
There you go.
What you want to say?
You know,
I'm a perfect human being.
mm-hmm.
I have perfect imperfections.
I am work in progress.
Always.
We
Always.
all are.
Definitely. And that's the great thing about making yourself more confident in what you do,
Mm-hmm.
building self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
Find those things that are great about you. I think I look great in red.
Mm-hmm.
I love my hair this way. Gold is my favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you tell yourself what looks good on you and you talk to yourself to give you that air of confidence, that air that you have that positiveness that's going to take you to the next step.
That's right.
Some people will get up and they're not morning people.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes we have to encourage ourselves at that level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to exercise a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Good, then work on that point.
Mm-hmm. Because that's exactly what I start telling myself. Instead of saying, oh, I'm big or I've gained weight, you know what? I'm going to go for me a nice walk today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to get me 4 miles today. Or you know what? I know that I want to live a better life and I want to be around long enough to see my kids get old and I want to be able to do things. So I'm going to try my best to, eat healthy.
Definitely.
So
that's again the things that you put inside,
mm-hmm.
the internal,
mm-hmm.
working on that internal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly where we have to start. It's important to have that foundation. That house can't have a roof without
mm-hmm.
a good foundation.
Right.
So eating right, that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Resting.
Mm-hmm.
Great people that you hang around.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things are in the mix.
Finding clothes to fit your body. You know what I'm saying? Your
the
body
colors
frame.
that make you accentuate
there you
yourself.
go, and colors that make you light up,
Truly. Because we all have greatness in us.
Right.
We all have greatness in us. And every time we think about what makes us great, should be a whole list of positives.
Right.
And like you said, do those sticky notes.
I love to do the sticky notes.
Sticky notes on the mirror every morning.
Right.
And take time to read them.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard someone say you need to give yourself a high five because you're achieving it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, so being able to congratulate yourself is another area too. That when you make that little baby step, celebrate it.
Yes. It's
and,
okay.
And then get around friends that celebrate it with you.
You're right. And it's okay.
Wow.
It is
wonderful to do that. Because it's a level of confidence that you build that you know that you connect with someone else.
Right.
You're exposing yourself to sharing, this is what I accomplished. And then that friend should be happy for you. If not, you may not be in the right circle. But that friend should congratulate you, clap for you, applaud you, and then whisper something in your ear that's going to challenge you to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we stay the same, we don't grow.
We don't grow, guys.
And how are we going to be exposed to more and live more abundantly? I keep saying that, without being exposed to more. It's never an ending. Better does not have an ending. And I want you to know that in finding yourself, confidence is just a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Character is going to change. You're going to walk different. You're going to talk different.
Yes.
You're going to be that person you want to be.
Most definitely. I agree.
You know, all of these things are integral parts.
Mm-hmm.
But inside and out to being better at not hearing that negative talk 70% of the time, 80% of the time. Not believing that.
Yeah, some of the times we have to drown those voices out.
Definitely.
Another good way to do that too is by prayer.
Definitely.
Prayer, speaking good things over you. Like you said, flip the script.
That's it. The foundation come from having that ingredient, that time alone too with God. So that's in that foundation where you cannot build the roof on the house without having the foundation laid. Where you have to know who's going to help me be a better me, who's going to help me pour into me. Because, they say pouring into something. You want to pour into something. But when you pour in, I want you to know, if you're self-aware, you're going to understand that you have to have a cup that's kind of overflowing first to pour into someone else. Because you don't want to overgive of yourself. Then you find yourself lacking or depressed or in that area. So it's a balance in between.
Right.
But God is in that foundation, just like you were mentioning. Definitely God is in that foundation to where you can find yourself and be more peaceful in who you're becoming.
Right.
Be braver. Be bolder. Challenging yourself and saying, every step I take, every step I make, I know I'm with you, God.
I like that. That's right.
Yes, I'm with you. And I know you're going to guide me as long as I go behind you. Those are the things that we have to keep in line and in consideration to building a better mental capacity for ourselves. So that when we talk to ourselves and those 60,000 thoughts, it's a lot of thoughts.
Yes.
60,000 thoughts. You'll come out with that ratio being a little greater on the other side.
Right.
Just being important enough to you. Doing what we call micro self-love things. Like you said, eating better, drinking water. Those are all things that are micro things that will make you better for you. Make your skin better, make you radiate.
Get a proper amount of sleep.
Oh, all those things. So these are going into what we would call the self-care areas. In the first process of my first episode, we were thinking about just thinking, how aware are you of what you do? How aware are you of what you do for you, just to build a better relationship with the next person to you?
Mm-hmm.
Those things are very important. You can do things. We mentioned in that first episode also about journaling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Journaling is good.
Definitely.
I would encourage everybody to journal. Journaling is so good.
There's so many things that you can do that will help you understand you're achieving. And that gives you a way to look back and see what you've done. Oh, on this day, I achieved X, Y, and Z. 2 months ago, I was here. And like I said, celebrate those wins, celebrate those achievements, because you are doing different things. You're challenging yourself. And when you achieve them, make sure you celebrate even harder.
And self-love. I used to be a people pleaser. I used to always tell people yes and yes and yes and yes.
Yes.
Self-love is learning to say no.
Definitely.
And I have been enjoyed telling people no. When I know that I can't
that's
do
a new word in my vocabulary.
Yes, me too, Mrs.
It doesn't
we are
matter.
givers and we're people.
There you go.
We just, you like to be a service of people. We like to help others.
That's right.
So
that's in the ministry.
Yes, and a lot of times, if you're constantly saying yes and you're always here and you're always there, there's no time for you.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot give somebody something if you don't have that in you to give. You have to recharge. We have to recharge ourselves sometimes. So
that's why
it's okay to say no and not to please it. Believe it or not, I don't think people really admire a people pleaser, because some people are users. Some of them look at it as, oh, you know what, she's gullible, or you know what, she's easy to get over on. So sometimes we have to learn to say no and set these boundaries in order to be the best people that we can be for you all, in order to be the best people we can be for our families, in order to be the best people we can be for our jobs, in order to be the best people we can be for the ministry.
That's it.
For our friends. Sometimes it's okay to say no.
Definitely. No should definitely be in your vocabulary.
Right.
Because in the process of evaluating how your circle looks, the people that are giving you encouragement appear to be around you, sometimes that will be what you'll have to do.
Mm-hmm.
You will not join the crowd. You will be a part of another crowd and find that crowd is not where you want to go.
Right.
That's not who I want to become. That's not who I want to be described as.
Right.
It's a part of changing your script, flipping that script.
Right.
Even in people that you meet, flip the script. You can. You don't have to hang with people that are negative. You don't have to hang with people that drain you. You don't have to hang with users. You don't have to hang with them to make yourself somebody, because you're already somebody.
Right. And it's okay.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And those are things that I'm sure that are, as you grow up and young children will realize through socialization, they are exploring and making friends and making contacts. And they begin to realize, oh, that one I like, that one I don't like. But that's early on.
And and it's okay. That's part of who,
That is a part of learning in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a vital part in communication.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're learning how you interpret this person responding to you, even if it's in play, because I'm an educator, so I know from young children to much older children, they do those things, and it's a learning process. So making sure that you do simple things for yourself, journaling, saying no, breathing, finding a place that you like outside in nature.
Taking some self-care time,
Definitely.
Yeah, self-care time, going for walks.
Celebrate your wins.
Celebrating your wins.
Definitely.
Go to that spa, ladies.
Yes, most definitely. Making yourself feel safe. Safe in your skin, even.
Men go to that football game. Men,
if they need to, it's a stress reliever.
Men, get to your back caves.
Yeah, those are things that are needed quite often. To find out what is important for our life to be elevated, to be comfortable, to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
So include those things. Taking time out just to go.
Enjoy some yoga. Light your candles.
Hey, enjoy yourself in all that you do.
There you go.
So the mental health part of all of this is that I did say you may need therapy at sometimes.
Yes, and it's okay.
It is okay.
Therapy
it's always
is
been okay.
Great.
But sometimes there's been a stigma about needing somebody to mentally assess you.
Especially in the African American community.
Especially. But we need assistance sometimes. More than just a family friend, more than just a wife or a partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you will need to have time where you can assess, really, am I going where I need to go? Really, am I being responded to the way I want to be responded to? So that whole circle of things.
Especially in this heat now. Y'all better get y'all some therapy.
That's it. That's just water therapy. Hydrate on that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that your processes become simpler.
Mm.
You won't be feeling like you're overtired, or your skin will be radiant from making sure you got the water. So you're doing the things that you need to do. Those are simple things, even though it's a big circle. Going from therapy to drinking water, all of it helps.
Mm-hmm.
All of it helps. So it's a way of rewiring.
And not even and to add on to therapy,
mm-hmm.
It's okay to find support groups.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So support groups is a great way to connect with other people
mm-hmm.
and to release some of your stress, some of that anxiety, release some of that pressure that you're holding on you. I find that it helps to be around other people that are going through things that you're going through to help you get through it, because then you find out that you are not alone.
Definitely.
And then you get to connect with other people.
Definitely.
You grow some bonds and friendships.
It is important. Very important.
Very.
Someone in your circle.
Mm-hmm.
Always add positive people in your circle.
Mm-hmm.
That'll make you feel better about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
More confident about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are necessary for life and to live life more abundantly. Those things are very necessary. So when we want to look at the things to reflect on, we think about the things we've done in our lives. Like, for instance, I mentioned being fearful. And we talked about being fearful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that we can come up with. But we want to come up with stories that are going to encourage someone else. I have been a writer for quite a while. And what held me back? Just me. I held myself back from getting my book published, from doing the things that I wanted to do with that book, to coordinate it. And I've come to this season in my life where I say, I'm not going to be afraid of doing what I need to do for me. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be afraid of what I need to do for me. And I've been storing this for years and years and years. So stepping out of your comfort zone is a major thing. Exploring how it can be, what it feels like to achieve, having the right people around you, being able to share. Because that's what it's about, sharing who I am, what I like. Because I'm sure there's other people out there that like the same thing. I tell you. So when we say things to ourselves, I used to tell myself I was too broken to be loved. It's a statement we need to start with. Wow. I used to tell myself I was too broken to be loved. But look at me now. I'm loving who I am. I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm in love too.
I know that's
Just
right.
tie that in. Because you have to be in love with you. And you have to love yourself on a level that you don't allow negativity to creep in. I mean, it's going to pass your mind. You're going to have some bad days, as I said, but don't let it come in and sit. Don't let it come in and sit.
I was afraid. I used to tell myself, because one of my sisters, I think I may have been in my early 30s. I told her, I was like, you know what, I'm going ahead and record this song.
Mm-hmm.
And her response was, well, now, Portia, why would you do that?
Okay.
You need to go on and let your kids live their life. You too old to be recording music. You need to stop. You've already passed up your time. And I thought to myself, wow. And over the years, I had let that get into my head.
Right.
And the whole time, God is telling me, I gave you this voice. I gave you this music for a reason. And I allowed that to sit in my head for so many years.
Right.
And it was like every time I would try to write my music or try to record it, I would always hear that playing in my head. You too old. You're too old to sing. Who's gonna want to listen to you? Now I no longer tell myself that. I tell myself, your voice needs to be heard. Your voice brings healing to the world. Somebody out there needs to hear you. So sing that song.
Yes.
Write that music.
Yes. Yes. And music is supposed to be a connection that everybody can relate to. So in saying that, I want to say that, we have these affirmations. These affirmations have to stomp on these incantations.
There you go.
And when they stomp on them, you keep them down.
There you go. We're going to stomp on the devil.
Smash them. That's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to take that negativity and wash it all away. We have to improve ourselves. So it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing that's in tiny increments. So reflecting on self-love, it's about like better. There's no destination for it.
Right.
There's no destination for self-love where it's going to end. We want to make sure that you're doing daily self-help things for yourself. That mental encouragement, that environment that feels safe, those people that feel safe, those people we can count on, those people that'll say, that don't seem like something you might like, that doesn't seem you.
So if I could ask you to give me one of your favorite affirmations that you could come up with off the top of your head, what would you say?
I have this affirmation that I say about, it has the word better in it. So I say, if you can live better, you can love better.
Okay.
And if you can love better, you can live.
I know that's right. I like that.
That's one of my firm affirmations. That is a quote that I kind of try to live by because it's guiding you in saying it. On both sides, you're getting something good.
And mine is, I can, I will, I must. Watch me.
Wow. I like that. I can, I will, and I must. Watch me. Challenge is on. The challenge is on in that.
The challenge is on, baby.
The words that you speak to yourself, you have to know that they are seeds.
Amen.
They are seeds, just like that foundation you build. Before you can put the roof on the house, you built that foundation. And God is seeing you sow these seeds, and He's going to make it progress.
Amen.
And He's going to make it fruitful. And He's going to make you have that harvest.
Amen.
So keep believing in yourself. Keep being confident in what you do. Surround yourself with the right environment, inside and out. So it's very important. And I want you to know that these things become vital every day. Don't just do it one day. The sticky notes on the mirror, the high-fiving yourself, the celebrating small wins, the baby steps, increments of little steps. It's just like on the beach. When I think of that, I think of sand on the beach. Think about how many grains of sand on the beach.
Yes.
Tiny, tiny little increments have created the beach.
A massive space for so many wonderful things and unique things to grow.
There you go. So I'm always going there in different concepts in my mind that's going to make me explore more.
Mm-hmm.
And then on that tip, I think I'm living life a little bit more abundantly.
Yeah. Exceedingly and abundantly.
Definitely. So just think about that.
Yes.
A grain of sand on the beach. We all are on that beach.
Mm-hmm.
So if we add that and make it unified, we become a beautiful scenery.
Yes.
And I love the beach. So celebrate your wins. Celebrate the things that you do. Grow. Influence people positively.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So those things are what you should tell yourself. And what we're going to go over now is some affirmations. Some affirmations you can use to ingest. Affirmations you can use to reflect on.
Mm-hmm.
Because affirmations are vital. And I even hear it's even better now to say why.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I no longer available to self-abuse masked as humor or humility? Why am I no longer available for that? That means something you had to change. Because when you think about it, it's okay to laugh at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Laughing is another healing process.
Mm-hmm.
But don't laugh at yourself to the point where you have people laughing at you, not with you.
There you go.
Another affirmation says, I am loved even when I'm learning. Wow. Wow. I think a lot of the youth and young adult would really live on that one.
They would.
I am loved even when I'm learning.
They need to, because you need to know it's okay to make mistakes.
That's
it's okay
the
to not be
part.
perfect.
That's the part.
No matter how bad you think you've messed up.
And if
it's okay.
if you really take that in hand, you'll know that mistakes are learning too.
There you go. You have to make mistakes in order
It has
to
to be.
grow.
It has to be. There's no perfect person. I once had a neighbor that had a child, and she was catching him everywhere he went. Catching him everywhere he went. I said, you need to let him just play. Oh no, I don't want him to fall. I don't want him to fall. I said, why not? Oh, his father will get mad at me if he falls and gets hurt. And I looked at her. And I really looked at her really hard, because in the reality of life, if that child never failed, if that child never got hurt, let's say he's 15 now, and this is the first time he's fallen, what is going to happen to that child?
Oh, he's not good.
He's not going to be good.
He's not.
Because all his life he's been cushioned. And now he's experiencing something that he has not ever experienced. So mistakes are vital to learning.
And they're meant to be made.
And you can't fall, because the important thing is getting back up. So I looked at that parent and I was just amazed. I said, honey, you're going to be catching him all your life. I said, let that child run, play, and fall. Because you don't want a 15-year-old who has never experienced falling. That's trauma built in a case right there.
Oh, yes.
So different things that we do and different things we're exposed to kind of create our environments. So don't be afraid to fall. Don't be afraid to try again. And then try again. And then try again. So, Portia, I've enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you so
And
much.
I've enjoyed our time here where we have been exploring how we've been doing that negative self-talk and how we need to take that and flip the script and turn it into something that makes us confident and build that self-esteem. So, is there one thing you would add or one thing that you would say that would be relevant to just working on both those things at one time? You know, is there something you could tell us that you share even with your youth and young adult in mentoring process?
No. Well, this has just been all great in itself. We've covered so much stuff. I've gotten so full. I'm glad that you invited me here on your show. I'm actually just honored to be here tonight. I would just say that to take the things that we've said tonight and to use them, to embrace them.
Embracing them, definitely.
Yes, self-love is, again, about exploring who you are and taking the time to enjoy the journey. Because it's only in the journey, if you will keep going, you will reach your destination.
Definitely.
And no destination is going to be a smooth ride. There's going to be bumps in the road. And that's what self-love is. Self-love is bumps in your life, getting you to where you need to be within yourself.
Definitely. And that's a wonderful statement, because I know in you dealing with youth and young adults, you constantly deal with them having to go to highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. So in what you just said, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for being here, participating, giving your mentorship advice, because we need it in a time like this.
Yes.
It's not just something that would be just for young youth and young adults. It is something we can live through right now. We all have fears. We all constantly do that 60,000 thoughts a day to tell ourselves what's not good. But let's flip the script. Let's flip the script and change those 60,000 thoughts from negative to positive. And you can do that one step at a time, and one day at a time, and one moment at a time. Little increments makes that sand full of beach, or that beach full of sand, however it goes. But it'll make a beautiful scenery when you finish.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining me. Please share, like, and subscribe. This is Lady to Love. And what I want you to remember, you are the other half of my heart.
Aww.
Love you.
For the gift of life and the sky so blue, all creation sings a song to you. TYG with all my heart.